What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the ShElite Showcase. I'm your hostess with the mostest, the shaman of ShElite, Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe.
Baby.
If you're watching the video, just know, acknowledge me.
Acknowledge Katie.
I got this for Easter, and it's very comfortable,
Aw.
so
I
love that for
acknowledge you,
me.
Katie.
Thank you. As you should. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was like gonna say, as it is required.
Um, so, join with me, of course. My lovely co-host. The young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire-breathing, the Rollins family, and the spice of life, the sassy senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page to my Adam Cole baby, Miss Y2 Garcia, Savannah. How are you?
Doing good. Just so much has happened in the last week since we've been here recording another episode. Just a lot. Like some good things, some not so good things, and just, getting by one day at a time, as probably one should.
You know, we all gotta take it like one step at a time.
Yeah, for
One
sure.
day at a time. Like, I am exhausted. Let's just start there. Yesterday, okay, as this goes up, Wednesday night, I'll say Wednesday night, AEW was in Pittsburgh, shout out. So I went to that. It was Dynamite and Rampage. So I know what happens on Rampage already. So it's weird seeing that being taped. And then people are like, oh, I'm so excited for Rampage. I'm like, I literally know everything that happens already. I watched it all.
You're like, bitch, I just watched Rampage.
I just watched it. Which it reminds me of when they used to do it for, which they still do, but like Dark and then Elevation. But they filmed that before I even like sat down. I got to meet not Savannah, but Hangman.
No, the actual, the actual Hangman.
Not my Hangman.
Which is so...
The actual Hangman. He's very
the
nice
Hangman.
Man. Very nice man. He had the man bun. It suits him.
Yeah. And according to Katie, has teacher handwriting.
He really do be a teacher. Like, that man's got teacher handwriting. But that's cool. And the fact that Brook and our friend Brook, because I met up with her at the show, we're talking about how he's basically like my age.
Really?
He's like close in my age range. I'm like,
because he's gonna be 30. He's gonna be 31 this year.
And I turned 26,
10 years old.
so that's like close.
Oh, so within the same. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like weird. Like
my age.
Okay, that is weird. I'm like, nothing against you. I just think it's weird. Like, this guy that we like, we call a rat bastard and stuff, and like, he's the same age as you.
Popcorn to people yesterday.
I was gonna say, I wonder who got hit. I'd be like, I'm silly.
I saw them. I was barely paying attention to the match. I kept looking up at them, laughing. A lot of people around me were flipping them off. It was very entertaining.
Dude, that's awesome. That is so cool.
Was Hangman hung? I don't know. I wasn't looking. Vince kept bugging me about assless chaps, and I said, I hate you. Stop.
You should have asked him, because I know, you sure as hell know if I ever meet him. I can't ask. I can't, Katie, okay? First of all, I have to make it to him first.
I don't know why y'all want me to ask about it so much. Like, that is a married man. I'm not gonna ask him about assless
He's married
chaps.
with a child also.
He's married with a child, a baby. But like,
oh, it's a baby.
So I'm not gonna ask him about chaps. Jesus.
Or see if he's hung.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Hungman, does Hungman live to his name, Katie?
What?
I said, does Hungman live to his name?
But interesting news that happened there. So I think it was between Dynamite ending and Rampage starting, because there was like a little break. I don't know. It happened sometime last night. Last night was a blur. I ended up having a headache during like Britt's match, and so that lasted the entire night, the rest of the night, and so I was like kind of out of it. But Tony Khan came out, so this had to have been between, and Justin Roberts, the ring announcer for AEW, for those who don't know, he was like, this crowd is so good, can we put them in the video game?
Oh, Brook told us that.
So,
yeah.
He gave us chants to do, which is weird that we didn't do the DMD chant since that was our loudest chant and we're in Pittsburgh. But we all did like a few chants. We did like FTR, we did Aubrey Edwards, Cash.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you did Aubrey Edwards, but you didn't do DMD. I'm sorry. That's
so I think Justin just had like a list that like he was reading off of. So I think they like didn't plan it, or they kind of planned it but didn't plan it. If that makes sense. Because everyone around me was
obvious.
like, DMD would make the most sense. They could have just taken the fucking audio from the show.
From
that's how loud we were. A lot of the times I couldn't even hear promos or things on the screen because everyone was just loud. It's like,
that's awesome.
I didn't hear anything that happened with like Cole and the Bucks and
the
Dragon.
Bucks.
Like, I didn't hear any of that. I saw it.
They're emo
it.
boys now. They're emo boys, and basically Adam Cole just kind of like called them. Well, like not Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish kind of called them out, say like, where's like the rompers and like the $1,000 sneakers and stuff. Like, where's all this? Where are those young bucks that like we know and love and stuff? I'm like, well, you guys, you tainted them.
I mean, they do be emo, but like, aren't we all?
Yes, we are. They're just bringing back the middle school phase.
But no, it was super fucking cool. I did get to do an Adam Cole chant for the video game, so I'm kind of happy about that.
Nice.
But like, bucket list. I'm in a video game. I'll be in a video game. So, I mean, that was cool. I wasn't expecting it, and but like the people around me were so loud. This one dude behind me just wouldn't shut up the entire time. There are certain fans who just like get on my nerves, and I always end up around one of them.
You're like a magnet for them.
But it was fun. I had a great time. I don't know. I don't even know what I was saying. Never mind. But so I did that. But then I came home, ate, and then did a podcast. So
nice.
Your girl's tired, But this isn't about me. This is about ShElite Showcase.
That's right.
This is about Savannah finally being 21.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because one of my because I'm a child of divorce, so on my mom's side we celebrated the day before. Actually, we celebrated on Saturday, the 16th of April, and they had balloons like that said 21 and it says official, like finally legal or something like that. I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, coming from like a Hispanic household that's in a border city to Mexico, it kind of sounds like I obtained U.S. citizenship because I'm like. I just couldn't help but get those vibes, but I'm like, yeah, no, I can, especially because I don't drink, but I had a little bit of the bubbly. I gave it a thumbs up. I don't drink. I think alcohol tastes disgusting, but for the bubbly, I was game.
Love me some booze.
Yeah, the complete opposites in that regard, but yeah. So yeah, I'm officially 21, and I guess as a little 21st birthday gift, Matt Jackson finally followed back on Instagram. Finally, like, he fucking knows it to be no, but he followed me back. I've been wanting this for a while because if you know me, I'm Team Matt all the way from the Bucks, and he followed me back, and it was really cool because I love Matt Jackson.
You know what? And that's a good birthday gift. It's something you wanted.
Yeah.
My gift finally got to you.
Yes, and I love it so much. You will see it. You will see it next week for sure. I'll wear it next week.
I kind of just like searched a bunch of shit on Etsy and I found that and I said.
I love that it had. Okay, and just a little spoiler. I love that it had the Bucks on it.
Yeah.
And the color also. I'm like, oh my god, it's perfect. I can definitely do merch pics in these. I can do a really cute look with it. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I really can.
I'm pretty good at giving gifts.
Yes, you are, Katie.
That's all I got going for me right now.
So shout out to Katie Agency.
But let's get up into this news and rumors here.
Yes, let's.
So again, I don't have a lot. But let's see. Virgil, for those who don't know, was diagnosed with dementia, and there's so much going on with him. Like, honest to God, like, I think when I was listening to Young Kings, because they were talking about it, I could be getting my information wrong, so nobody, don't shoot the messenger here. I'm pretty sure he, like, suffered a stroke and didn't even know it. And so, it's just such a sad situation. So prayers up to Virgil, because that's a damn shame. And another thing I saw a lot of was, I don't know if you saw it too, because you're not really on Twitter. Did you see the Liv Morgan stuff?
I saw one thing, but I don't know if it's exactly what you're talking about.
So basically, Liv was tweeting that fans were getting scammed, and one person lost their house.
Yeah, and I saw that.
So much money that they thought they were, like, helping Liv out, but it was just a fake account. Anyone who does that is so low on the totem pole. Gracias, Benji. Benji complimented us. You're Benji. So low on the totem pole to do that to somebody. Like, the fact that people take time out of their day to make fake accounts of these celebrities, these superstars, these whatever. What is wrong with you? You have nothing better to do in your life than to scam multiple people out of thousands, if not more, amounts of money. Like,
to the point where they're losing their house.
Like, fucking problems, dude. And I hate that. It's terrible. Excuse me. There was a bunch of debate about name changes that WWE was doing.
Yeah.
So, one of the name changes that came up that people saw was Katana Chance. And, you know, the racists really came through. They said, why would they name Io that? First of all, who said Io was getting the name change? Not a damn person. But everybody assumed it was going to be Io. Because Katana's, you know, like, people gave reasons as to why they thought. But no, it's Casey Catanzaro. So, that's that theory. Up y'all's asses for being racist. Because fuck that. And there was no report of Io moving up. Nothing. So people just assumed. There was also no report of, like, anyone moving up. But, like, whatever. But still, you see that name and you immediately think Io Shirai. What does that say about you?
Racist.
Anyways.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, we saw on Rampage last week. I don't know. Sammy Guevara became the new TNT champion for the third time.
That was Battle of the Belts.
Thank
you.
That
was the day after Rampage.
Thank you. I knew it was this weekend, but I couldn't remember what day. Battle of the Belts. Which, the fact that Sammy's a 3-time TNT champion is fucking stupid.
It's obviously to erase the fact that Cody did it first. They're trying to erase Cody from history.
Dumb. Stupid. Scorpio should have held on that for a long time.
Oh, I know. That belt is just becoming a disaster at this point.
It's getting... Never mind. I'm just gonna keep my shot. I also this weekend, Kushida left WWE, so he's no longer with NXT. He's no longer with the company. Wherever Kushida goes, he will be fantastic. Obviously, Kushida's great in the ring. I saw Alex Shelley tweet a bunch of stuff, like, kind of hinting at a... what was their tag name? Like, Time Splinters, I think it was their tag name. Yeah, like, teasing a reunion of that, which we got to see on NXT once, which was crazy. The fact that I saw Alex Shelley in NXT. Jesus. So, wherever Kushida goes, he'll be fine. That's a fantastic wrestler, superstar, whatever you want to call him. Kushida's gonna be fine.
Oh, for sure.
On Monday night, Theory, he is not Austin anymore.
Now just Theory.
Theory defeats Finn Balor and becomes the new U.S. champion. And if this doesn't prove that this is Vince's next golden goose, he had a few heels come out and do, like, the typical babyface celebration in the ring and, like, hold them up and, you know, pose with the title and everything. Vince came out, took a selfie with this man, which the meme that has become Austin Theory's fucking selfie is hysterical.
I know.
Like, this is Vince's guy. Like, there's no doubt about it now. Grooming aside in the past, this is Vince's dude. Like, I keep seeing tweets about, people saying he's the next John Cena. Like, that's how much stock Vince is putting into this guy. And at this point, I kind of got to agree.
Like, he's putting all his eggs into this basket, you know?
Yeah. The fact that Austin Theory is out here when he had allegations as well, to me, I agree. I agree 100%. How? People assuming Katana Chance was EO tells you they watched WWE and expected WWE to do WWE shit. That's also true. Because WWE do be racist.
Yeah.
Proven. Multiple times. Neither here nor there. Another thing. Jack Evans decides to not renew his AEW contract, which expires in April. I was still under the impression Jack Evans was still in a Mexican prison. So, the fact that he was even out... I
was like, wait. I was like, he's still with them?
I thought this man was still in Mexican jail. So,
you learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah, they decided... mutually, it was, I don't know. Contract is not being renewed. And he took it on the chin, took it like a champ. People on Twitter were like, this is his worst as being released during your contract, whatever. And he basically was like, I'm still being paid like the entirety of the contract, like we don't... this is what he was saying, not verbatim but close enough, that they don't release in like the middle of a contract or something.
They're just not going to renew it when that contract comes to an end. It's
going to come to an end, so...
There's no renewal involved.
Which is why he didn't renew. Can't sign a contract from Mexican prison. Oh, yes. How foolish of me. I literally forgot about Jack Evans. Until I saw this on Twitter.
Honestly, same. I was like, I kind of wanted to be like, wait, who again?
You know, TH2, did the flips. I just saw something with Angelico, like on Dark or something. Weird. Because I was like, oh my god, Angelico.
Again, he kind of like went, he completely crossed my mind until I saw. I was like, oh shit. Again, I was like, what? This guy's still like...
And that proves they have like so many people that aren't being utilized.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a shame. Damn shame.
That's a damn shame. Also, Killer Cross, whatever you call him, and Scarlett eloped and got married. Yes, congratulations to them. She looked beautiful. He looked good. They got married on like a fucking glacier in Alaska. Like shit.
Yeah, that's goals, honestly.
That's awesome. And then he tweeted, like in that tweet, that they wrestled the next night.
Wow, right after your wedding.
Just wrestling things. You know. Like, goddamn. And then the final thing, which was announced last night, June 26th.
Yes.
In Chicago, AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling are coming together for a pay-per-view titled Forbidden Door.
The name I feel like could have been something better, but hey, it's a New Japan AEW show, so I'll take it.
Also, did you notice the poster looks very similar to the Doctor Strange portals from No Way Home?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just
Y'all
just
ain't slick. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, I yeah, and then of course Jay White came out. I'm like, oh, okay. See, and then people had the audacity to say, oh, it's because he's the best wrestler in New Japan. I'm like, no, it's just because he's the only New Japan wrestler in the United States right now. Okay, like calm yourself.
Well, I mean, Suzuki showed up for Dark Elevation.
I saw that too. Brooke told me.
Because I was like, murder?
She said that she said Suzuki on Elevation got more of a crowd reaction than Jay on Dynamite. I'm like,
dude.
I was like, ouch. And
the way I was shocked that Suzuki fucking walked out, I was like, For Elevation? Are we kidding? Against QT Marshall?
I'm telling you, they just don't know how to treat Suzuki right, okay? Like, hopefully New Japan will teach them with this pay-per-view.
Well, don't worry. There wasn't another Suzuki incident. People got to
I
sing the song.
was gonna say, I was like, I think they've learned their lesson. After the internet just took that and ran with it. I will never forget it. I loved it. But, yeah, I can't wait to see. Of course, people are coming up with all these matches, and I'm like, yes to every single one of them. I know people want, like, well, I know Kenta already called out CM Punk because they both do the go to sleep, so I'm like, go to sleep versus go to sleep. I'm here for it. I know people want to see Okada versus CM Punk, which, I mean, that would be cool. But, I mean, I
would rather see Punk and Kenta, honestly.
Same. And I want to see Okada versus Hangman. I want to see champion versus champion, so... And I know people are saying, oh, Hangman versus Jay, you know, kind of like a rematch from when Jay beat Hangman to retain the IWGP United States Championship. So, like, I could see that, especially if Jay loses, I'll be here for it.
You know, keep these ideas in your head for a later conversation we're gonna have.
Gotcha.
I love that. I love that you do this for me. You make my job way easier.
Nice. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jesus.
What can I say?
All right, Maui. All right. Let's relax.
It's played by The Rock, so it has to do with wrestling.
The amount of times I watch myself do the eyebrow for fun.
I can't do it, so I'm not going to try.
You can't?
No.
Try it.
And I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna try. No.
Try it for me.
We're gonna move on.
Por favor. Please.
See, I can't.
You're just like doing it up.
Yeah, well, I can only do both. You know, I can't do one.
I don't know. I've always just been able to do that, and I have a nice like
you have a nice arch on your eyebrow, so it helps.
Oh yeah, that's the money right there. Just the eyebrow. That's all I need. Ow. That's all the news and rumors I had. Do you have anything?
No. I'm like, I don't think, just,
yeah, like, I feel like a lot didn't...
Well, I have, well, actually, this happened a couple weeks ago, so technically it's not new news, but I mean, it's still, yeah, it's still news. I don't think you mentioned it. No, because I feel like I would have said something earlier, but I'll just say it anyway. This was a while back. I want to say like a couple weeks ago already. Could be longer. Just so many things just come into a blur at this point. But Sanada had to relinquish the IWGP US title. So at Wrestling Dontaku in May, it's going to be Tanahashi, who was the former champion, against Will Ospreay, who for some reason thinks he deserves to have the title. So I'm like, okay. But I mean, it's gonna be a good match. I'm like, I like both guys, so I'm like, all right, I'm here for it. But again, I'm like, I don't know why Ospreay.
Shit about Will Ospreay. It's very entertaining to me.
I mean, like, if they talk shit, I won't be all like, oh my god, like, I won't defend him the way I like defend like Kenny and Hangman and stuff. But I'm like,
talk shits on him. It's so funny.
Or the way Kenny like talks shit about him.
I feel like other wrestlers just shit on Will Ospreay any chance they get, and honestly, I don't blame him.
Like, so there's some points where I'm like, okay, like, what they say is true, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like, Ospreay, you kind of asked for this, but I think when people discredit his wrestling abilities, I think that's where they're wrong, because this dude can fucking wrestle, and he's really good at it, but that's neither here or there.
This is not a Will Ospreay.
This is not the Will Ospreay show.
It is not. But no, if there's no other news and rumors, we'll move on to...
Wait, sorry.
Okay.
There is one thing, sorry, because I mentioned this last week, but it was late because I just remembered, but now I remembered on time. I think you'll be pleased to hear that Adam Cole, once again, has gold around his waist. He won the BTE championship back on Being the Elite this past week in a very intense game of rock, paper, scissors. He's the champ again, so congrats to Adam Cole. I was like, congrats to Adam Cole, baby. I just thought that was something funny that I watched.
Shout out Adam Cole.
Yeah.
By the way, his match with Ishii, top notch.
Oh my god, that's the only reason why I'm gonna watch it. That's the only match I'm gonna watch on Rampage tomorrow.
Honestly, everything else was kind of But like...
But I already know what happens. I didn't look up spoilers, but I already know what happens.
Well, so that match was good, and Kingston and Garcia was good. Everything else was kind of just like... Meh. But I got to see Adam Cole wrestle, and it's been so long, so it's
I was gonna say, so that's always a good thing. There you go.
I haven't seen him wrestle since NXT like 2018. Yeah.
Damn, has it really been that long? Mm-hmm. I have never seen him wrestle, so All Out. I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say I hope I see him. There's no doubt he's gonna be on the pay-per-view. Like,
oh yeah, it's Adam Cole.
So there we go. All right. Now we can move ahead.
Now, today in women's wrestling history. So this is April 21st as we record. Impact Redemption 2018. There were 2 women's matches. Taya Valkyrie defeated Kiera Hogan, and Allie, now known as the Bunny, who was the Knockouts champion at the time, defeated Su Yung, which is interesting. Now I wonder if... No, this was after the Dark Alley stuff, I think. I don't know. I would have to look at a timeline, but Su Yung and like Rosemary and Allie became like Dark Alley was like an interesting thing on Impact for a while. I don't watch Impact. I never really have, but that storyline kind of like interested me, so I looked up a bunch of stuff on YouTube about it. Very cool. Like they were really into like the cinematic stuff. They still kind of are.
Yeah.
So
it's cool to hear that Allie was like heavily involved, like she's the champion and she was defending it successfully. Now, like I'm not saying she's doing bad now, but like now
she's not doing anything.
Yeah, so I'm not saying she's doing bad because this isn't her fault, but she's just not being booked.
Elevation.
Well, there you go. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I think she has, like, you know, great potential. She's a really good wrestler also. And I think the whole, like, rabbit thing, you know, she's like a crazy-ass rabbit, you know.
She's a bunny. Kind of they're different.
Bunny, whatever.
She said she's a rabbit.
But the whole thing is about going down the rabbit hole. So you know what? It's both.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's what happened. There wasn't a whole lot that I was finding. So I was like, you know what? I feel like we haven't done an Impact one in a while. Sure. They got a good women's division.
There we go.
Now we're on to Wrestlers of the Week. Now I checked. You went first last week.
Okay.
I started writing our initials by it. So
well, there you go. So now we don't have to worry about our speculate.
I'll start with tag teams as we normally do. I got 2. Street Profits. Okay. Because they're finally turning heel. As they should. They're going to take... So, the title unification is going to happen. Usos more than likely are going to win, as they should. If the Usos lose that title unification match, I'm going to be pissed. I'm just saying now. But we could potentially get, like, heel Profits just, like, beating the shit out of RK Bro. I'm fine with. Because they got to do something with the Street Profits because they're a great team. Montez Ford is a goddamn star. Angel Dawkins is also really good and doesn't get a lot of recognition, which kind of sucks. But their match on Monday was very good.
Yes, it was.
And I also have the Blackpool Combat Club. It's a tongue twister.
Yes.
Because Mox was only a little bit in front of me when he came out, so that was cool. I got to see Daniel Bryan wrestle live. I think the first time ever.
Who?
I'm sorry. The American Dragon Jake Long.
There you go.
My bad. But I think that was the first time I've seen him wrestle. And Wheeler Yuta is incredible. Lee Moriarty was on the other team, and that's Pittsburgh's homegrown, so there's a lot of Lee chants going. But
yeah, I'm trying.
Blackpool Combat Club. I love it. Like, that's a stable I can get behind. And with William Regal, dude, chef's kiss. So I'm about it. And they won their match, and it was cool to see live. So
yeah,
those are my choices.
So I have 2 also. One of them is also the Blackpool Combat Club. Because, like, again, it was a really good match, and I love what they're doing, again, and they have William Regal. He's probably, like, the best kind of manager. He sits there and basically talks highly of the guys that he is, you know, managing on commentary during their matches. He's not just standing there. He's not getting in the way. He's not interfering. He's being a manager, so love to see it, you know. I would also love the Blackpool Combat Club to get a woman involved in, their faction. Honestly, I don't know why the first name I think of is Ruby Soho, because with the exception of Wheeler Yuta, all three, Regal, Moxley, and Daniel Bryan came, from the WWE. Not to say that, they should only do WWE wrestlers, but I feel like Ruby Soho would kind of like have this, like, I do think she would fit in with them,
I think if she wasn't hurt, Layla Hirsch.
That would be a good one, too. That is actually a good one, also.
I'm pretty sure she's hurt right now, so.
Yeah. But also because they could do something with Ruby Soho. Right now, she's just like on dark elevation,
Yeah, she is.
But anyway, so that's just a thought. But and then my other tag team, this was from a match that happened, I believe, on Saturday. No, it was Monday because it was the 18th. So LIJ members Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi took on Okada and other Chaos member Yo, YOH, not Yo like Yo, what's up? Yeah. It was a really good match. I was like, it wasn't like a pay-per-view, it wasn't for titles or anything, but it was still a really good match. And Hiromu Takahashi won the match for them, and I still want justice for Hiromu because this guy needs a singles title. That's not the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Make it happen, New Japan. Like, just make it happen. So, it was a cool match to watch, and it was like, again, like two of my favorite guys. So, and they were in a tag team, so I was like, all right, I'll pick them. Because, again, I love those guys. And they did really good in the match. And they won. They beat Okada. So, like, Okada didn't get pinned. But still, to say you have a victory over Okada in a tag match, like, that's a lot, Yeah, that's kind of that's a subtle flex. That's like a bit of a flex. Like, Okada, I technically, by technicalities, I beat Okada. So
I would be, like, hanging on plaque. This is mine to win.
I know, I totally beat Okada in a match. That's
like I beat Okada in a match.
Speaking of Okada, I want him to come to AEW so badly. Like, not obviously as a full timer, but I'm just waiting for that coin drop. Like, once the coin drops, Katie, I am going to be.
I was just gonna say the amount of people I keep seeing being like, "Where's the coin drop?"
The coin drop. We want the Katie. I'm not even joking. The coin drops and I'm gone. Like, I will lose my damn mind. I will scream at the top. I'm like, I want Okada and like I want Tanahashi too, but technically he's been on AEW television. Like, it was like just a video recording. Yeah, but like technically he's he's already teased that he was gonna come at some point.
Technically,
but Okada we haven't seen
been on, so
we haven't seen anything of Okada, so just waiting for the coin drop. Anyways, but go on.
Anyways, so I'm gonna do the women's next.
Women's.
All right, these aren't come as no surprise. My first, Rhea fucking Ripley. Let me explain. One.
Oh, I think I know why.
There's multiple reasons. One, she beat Naomi on SmackDown.
Yeah, she did.
And then come Monday, her and Liv had a tag match. Liv gets taken out. Rhea eats the pin. Rhea turns heel, beats the shit out of Liv, and now I get like evil heel Rhea. The world ain't ready.
Quote Dolph Ziggler, should have been me.
Literally.
It should have been me. I just was thinking that. I'm like, oh my god, Katie wishes she was Liv right now. Sorry, Liv, but like,
I would die. But yeah. Like, I'm so happy that Rhea's finally like hopefully getting away from tag teams. Like, I loved Rhea and Liv as much as the next guy. Like, they was fucking. Nobody can tell me otherwise. But you gotta start utilizing Rhea the way you can. Have her as a dominant heel. Have her be the one to go after Bianca after Sonya. Like, that's what you need to do.
And I think it would be cool if... I'm not saying Bianca should lose the title this soon, but I think Rhea should be the one to dethrone Bianca because they kind of have a history, in the Royal Rumble, they were the final two, they've had things, I believe in... No, I don't think in NXT. I could be wrong.
They had a title match when Rhea was champ in NXT.
Yeah, Yeah, so they have a history, basically, to say the least.
Oh, I saw somebody posted. I wish I knew who it was. They posted a thread of like the paths they both have been on since both debuting in the first Mae Young Classic. Oh my god, it was incredible. I would have to go back and try and find it, but it would take me forever. But
I wonder if it's the same
everything.
Oh, it's probably a hard reach, but I wonder if it's the same person who did like the longest Twitter thread I've ever seen about Hangman's journey to become the AEW champion. That shit was long, but it was so good, and I'm like they were hitting everything. So I wonder if it was like the same person, but it could be. There's pretty.
But
so that's your only woman?
I mean, listen, AEW was in Pittsburgh last night.
I was gonna say
Dr. DMD.
Yes.
The loudest chants in the place. She had Steelers players come out, which was fucking cool. I
called it, because she posted on her for background context or whatever. She posted on her Instagram story all this merch she got from the Steelers. You know, I'm not a Steelers fan, but I'm like, that's pretty cool. You know, if it was Cowboy stuff, best know I'd be excited for it. You know, and she got gloves, a pair of gloves, and she said, and I quote, "I have an idea for these," and I'm like, oh my god. Her poor opponent, Danielle Carmilla, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, she's getting a mouthful of steel tomorrow. And sure enough, during the match, you know, I don't know the Steelers players as well. I know some Steelers players, but not the ones she was with. But they handed her the glove, and she put Carmilla in the lockjaw with that glove. I'm like, I called it, and it was. I'd love to see it. I'm like,
dude, you can't have Britt return to the ring after losing her title in Pittsburgh, in the qualifier for the tournament, and have her lose. No, sir.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Regardless. And her parents are always ringside when they come to Pittsburgh, so that's always
That's so sweet. That is the sweetest thing. Did you have a terrible towel?
I ended up buying one, yeah.
I'm gonna say it because I was like, I know Brook has one because she goes to the Steelers games all the time, so well, she probably has.
I haven't gone to a Steelers game yet, just because like I've never got the chance to. But I bought a DMD towel last night at the event.
So it was a Britt Baker terrible towel.
Yeah, but I know.
Okay. I don't know if Brooks was like a Steelers one or like a Brittsburgh one.
Well, depending. So last year they put some of them on like the chairs on the floor.
Yeah.
But I think it was like, I think it stopped like.
They should honestly, okay, look, AEW, they got money, so honestly, just have like next time they go to Pittsburgh, it would have been better if it was yesterday because you know Britt was returning.
Yeah.
But give everybody a towel. Imagine all the freaking towels being waved.
Literally.
That would be
a lot. I was expecting a lot more.
There was a lot of DMD signs. I saw those everywhere. But I would think, imagine all the terrible towels. Like, because when I go to the Cowboys game, they always put a white towel on every single seat. So everyone's waving it, and it looks awesome. So imagine, like, with the terrible towels in Pittsburgh when Britt comes out. But then for her return, that would have been even better. But
yeah. But maybe next time, Pittsburgh. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
So it was cool. And then she came out and, like, ended the show, like, and sent everyone home, basically.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I love.
And
Britt,
can we just talk about her gear also? Like I think that's
the Pittsburgh gear so much.
Yeah,
it's top notch. Not to be
like she was posting stories like of like the jacket and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, that again. I'm not a fan of Pittsburgh, but I'm like, holy like the Steelers. Well, I guess Pittsburgh anything because you know Pittsburgh like the only city where all their teams for all the sports are the same colors. Like I believe it's the only city. So the fact that like, you know, like again, so I'm not, I guess when I'm saying Pittsburgh, I really mean the Steelers, but like seeing the black and the yellow and stuff, like the jacket is just so beautiful.
I mean, black and yellow. Wiz Khalifa said it best. Wiz Khalifa's all from Pittsburgh, so yeah, so I gotta go Rhea and Britt as my womans.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa because she successfully defended her title against Nyla Rose at Battle of the Belts. Pretty decent match, but you know the fact that she retained and the fact that she's actually, you know, wrestling now, defending the championship. I hope to see more of her. And because I believe this first like little feud after her title reign was garbage. You know, they really didn't have her out that much, which I think was like shameful, basically. Like, you know, when Britt won, you know, the title, she had a whole, I know that's like a heel thing, but she had a whole ass like celebration. She came out and celebrated. But, you know, Thunder Rosa could have come out to the ring and like said some like heartfelt words and stuff, something. But no, they didn't have her do that. So I hope that they treat her title reign as it continues like so much better than they did when she first won it, after she first won it. But yeah, good to see her retaining the women's championship. So she's my only woman's.
Shout out to Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa.
And I need to get that new shirt because it's a Loteria shirt, and I fucks with Loteria. It's a basically Mexican bingo. Nice. You just have like, you basically, so you know how on, I'll use this shirt for context, but you know how on the shirt it says La Champoña, yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. Well, that's basically what Loteria is. Again, it's like bingo, but you have different pictures of just anything, like La Escalera for ladder, like La Dama for lady, you know, El Catrín for like the fancy guy, you know?
Yeah.
El Gallo for the rooster, you know? And they have like all these, you know, different types of pictures, in Spanish, of course, you know, assorted randomly, and there's many cards, and then, again, it's like bingo, you know? They call out a card, and then you try...
What do you call it again?
Loteria.
Isn't that lottery?
Basically, but it's bingo.
Yeah.
It's because like when you win, when you get 4 in a row, you know, it's like 4, you know, 4. It's like it's not a square though, but it's because they're rectangles, but it's still like 4 across and 4 down. So if you get 4 in a row, you scream Loteria, and let me tell you, it gets fucking intense. Like you don't know how many, especially when you take a Spanish class here in El Paso, you play Loteria for fun. Like, and you'll get like extra credit if you win. So you don't know how many kids are like fighting each other and slamming their hand on the table, like, so I need that shirt. I'm like, that shirt like personally spoke to me. I'm like, oh my god, this shirt I need. And they're having an Earth Day sale like tomorrow. So I'm like, I think I'll buy it tomorrow.
Happy Earth Day.
Earth Day, which I know, you know, because we care about the Earth. So I'm gonna take advantage of the sale.
We do. I had my one being the Elite shirt that was made out of plastic water bottles. I have no idea where it is now, but I have it.
I wanted to get that one, but then not only was I broke, but like at the time it came out, but by the time like I, you know, got the money to save for, they already had like other shirts, so I was like, well, which one do I get, you know?
It's a very comfy shirt. Highly recommend.
I'll consider getting it at some point. Anyways, but
my manses. I have a few.
Manses.
I got a few.
Okay,
Jungle Boy and Kyle O'Reilly killed it.
They did. Dude!
I was not expecting like a technical like masterpiece kind of the thing it was. I also was not expecting fucking Kyle O'Reilly to win. I was like, excuse me? And Kyle won, and I literally was just like, huh? The fuck? But like
that, but Jungle Boy afterwards, he was apologizing to Christian Cage, and I was like, no, don't apologize. It's okay.
Apologize to Christian. I really thought Christian was gonna turn.
I know, it kind of looked like it. I'm like,
it seemed like it. I was like, don't you dare.
I'm like, just because Edge turned doesn't mean you have to.
On Rampage, the debut of Rampage, we cheered your ass when you beat Kenny.
Just because Edge turned heel doesn't mean you turn heel.
Yeah, like we will boo you out the building. Don't you?
We'll say that you're nothing without Edge. We'll hit you where it hurts.
Honestly, I will. I would have ruined that man's life.
You don't turn heel, Christian. No.
But that match was great. Also, Danhausen.
So I was gonna say, you're giving it to both then?
Yeah.
Or just Jungle Boy? Oh, okay.
Danhausen. Love me some Danhausen. I popped.
I saw Brook pop. Like she was like, you know, in her seat because she was like she was in one of the seats where like she's
fourth row back on Hard Game, yeah.
Yeah, so she was just, you know, she was vibing, whatever, you know, just watching, you know, Hook. But then when Danhausen came out, I saw her. She popped. She came up with her phone. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's what Danhausen does to people, you know? Who doesn't want...
fucks with Danhausen. And then there's something you'll see on Rampage. It's
fucking... Oh, no. Wait, during when?
I don't know when it'll be, because they kind of just showed, like, a lot of the video packages.
Oh, got you.
So I don't know when it'll be on Rampage.
Okay, I thought it was like during a match.
No, it's like a vignette or a video thing backstage.
I was gonna say something about Danhausen.
I love Danhausen. He said, if you will not be cursed by Danhausen, he will fight Danhausen. The way I jumped up and screamed, kick his ass, Danhausen.
I need Danhausen and Toru Yano at that pay-per-view to have some sort of interaction. Like, I need Danhausen to curse Toru Yano, and I want to see how he reacts. Like, something
need Hook to stop being a little bitch and be cursed. You sleepy, stupid fuck. Like, embrace the curse. Oh my god, Hook speaks on Rampage in said video package. He spoke words. I couldn't actually hear it because the crowd was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but was it as impactful as when Dexter Lumis spoke?
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, I know that. I just wanted to hear you say that.
Dexter Lumis speaking.
That was...
I do cheers explosions. No.
Yeah, I was going to say...
but nobody... I literally couldn't hear
Couldn't hear anything.
At all, so... I'm also going to give props to Kevin Owens. Not only is he killing it with this Ezekiel Elias shit.
He's the only one who can do this shit. Like, I think anyone else would make it really, anyone else, it would become too cheesy and people wouldn't like it.
Exactly. But like,
Kevin Owens is just so good.
Kevin Owens literally went from main eventing night 1 of WrestleMania with Stone Cold to being in this comedy shit. But it works. Kevin Owens is great at this. And he had a match on Monday with Cody. It wasn't bad. Seth Rollins is a scumbag, by the way. Called Kevin a fat ass and told him to get his fat ass back in the ring. So Kevin said, fuck you, I'm leaving. As he should. If you're friends, you do not bully.
You know, yeah, we don't bully friends, okay?
You scumbag.
Seth.
But I love KO, so I had to give
you don't want to hear Zeke speak?
Instead of lying. I was like, shut up, Elias.
It's Ezekiel.
It's Elias.
No, it's because he always says it, like, every time someone, like, everyone's like, it's Elias, you're Elias. It's Ezekiel, like...
Yeah, dude, I'm waiting. I'm so curious to see what they do with this. But I love...
I know. I'm here for it, though. I'm definitely here for it.
I know you do, Matt. I'm just saying, Seth can't be bullying his friend like that.
Especially when he's doing his dirty work.
There's a line. Yeah. Like, Kevin didn't have to come out and fight Cody for you. Rollins.
You could have just done the super kick in the Bucks pose like he did after, like, that one time.
Oh, in the one dark match, yeah.
Love Kevin Owens for that.
And again, I love me some KO. Kevin's fantastic.
It just goes to show that he could be, like, a serious heel, like, back to when, like, you know, he, like, freaking...
He beat the shit out of Sami Zayn.
Yeah, or I was even thinking also, like, of his main roster debut where he freaking stepped on the U.S. title and beat John Cena clean in his debut match. He could be top-notch heel. He could be comedic heel. He could be, like, he could do it all. Like, this dude's gifted as hell.
He's great. I'm bullying Benji into making my Pokemon art. I bully Katie into doing my shows. Yeah. But it's all in good fun. I don't get offended.
Like, is it really bullying if Katie wants to do the shows to one-up Vince?
That's true. So that's weird. But yeah, those are my manses. It's very AEW heavy because I was there, so like shit hits different. But...
Well, remember like after Mania, it was very WWE heavy. Cause...
That's true. I also forgot one because I saw it, but you didn't see it yet. Adam Cole, bang.
Oh, see, really I told you.
The match was good. I didn't say he won or not. I'm just saying the match was really fucking good. And again, I got to see him wrestle live. So
yeah. But I also give him baby.
Ugh, love him. Your turn.
Yeah. It's because since you brought up Adam Cole, I guess I have 2 picks. First one, Hangman Adam Page, Texas Deathmatch. Really good for only having like 15 minutes, and like they used maybe like 12 maybe of those minutes.
Wow.
Oh, it was pretty short. I know some death matches are like longer. But, like, the fact is they did what they could in the short amount of time. So they just kept showing so much other stuff and commercials. I'm like, dude, honestly, like, if it's, like, you know, have very little commercials on Rampage, especially because shit is an hour. Because then it's just so rushed. I'm glad they're able to still make some magic, though, with the time they had left. Because it was a really good match. I know people were giving them shit for the
for
spot when
crown.
people, I'm like, I bet you fucks didn't even go to church that day. I bet you were waiting to watch wrestling instead. Okay, because let me tell you, I'm Catholic and I wasn't offended. Okay, you know, and you know what? I wanted to say this on Twitter, but I wasn't here to get canceled because I know people were gonna bash me and tear me to shreds. Yeah. Okay. But anyways, yes. Anyways, so all I'm gonna say is, in regards to the barbed wire crown spot, for those who got offended because it was Good Friday, that was, for those of you who don't know, that was the day that Jesus died. But here, let me tell you something. That was the day where Jesus died for our sins and showed like forgiveness. It was forgiveness for all our sins. So let me tell you, Jesus forgave them. It's cool. So if Jesus could die for our sins and forgive them for that spot, then you guys can forgive them too. It's not that deep. Katie, yes, you had a question.
So every time you say Jesus died for our sins, have you seen 21 or 22 Jump Street?
Yes.
He does this like poetry. Jesus died for our Cynthias. That's all I keep thinking about.
No, I don't blame you.
In my head right now.
I don't blame you. But yeah, so if that on Good Friday we don't celebrate because it's not really a celebration, but it's the day where we honor Jesus because he died for our sins and showed us forgiveness. So you know what? He forgave them. You can too. Stop bitching and complaining. It's just a match. It was just a spot. It's over. They didn't say fuck the Catholic Church. You guys are just fucking crybabies. Enough. But Hangman won. Good match. He got sliced on the chin. Poor guy. And he came out with, hey man, this guy, he can't do this to me, okay? He came out with tassels on his jeans. Now I want tassels on my jeans. Like, I have an aunt who's really good at sewing. I might straight up ask her, like, hey, can you, like, it's like a great aunt, one of my grandma's sisters. I'm gonna be like, can you just, like, I'll give you a pair of jeans if you just put some tassels on them, because those are so fucking cool. And massive props to Adam Cole too, also, because, you know, really good match. You know, it takes two to make a good match. Of course, I'm always jealous of Adam Cole because he's always the one who gets tied to the rope with Hangman's belt. Severely jealous. Quote Dolph Ziggler, it should have been me. Also, Hangman was wrestling in his freaking boots. I'm like, dude, good thing God it was only like a 12-minute match. Because let me tell you, at least for me, my boots, I need some like Dr. Scholl's on them, because let me tell you, walking a lot in those boots hurts your feet. Those boots are mostly for decor, unless they're work boots, like, you know, that you work outside. Yeah. Those things are merely just for aesthetic purposes, because let me tell you, they are not made for walking. I've walked before, like, long distances in my boots, because, you know, whether it's like going to the mall or if I'm going to like a game and I'm wearing my boots, they're not comfortable. So the fact that he did a whole ass death match in them, I'm like, dude. And also I'm like, you better not if you get blood on them, let's hope it comes off, because also boots ain't cheap either. So I'm just like, it was cool to see, but I was just like, oh my god, Hangman's poor feet. But yeah, so that's one of my picks. My second pick, I'm giving it to Mr. Jon Moxley. I know that's technically twice he's one of my picks, because he was, you know, the tag match, but whatever. The reason why Jon Moxley is my pick is because New Japan had a pay-per-view in Chicago, whatchamacallit, on the 16th. Yeah, it was the 16th, because I couldn't watch it live, because I was celebrating my birthday. But Jon Moxley fought Will Ospreay just as a regular one-on-one match, and it was phenomenal. That's where I kind of brought up earlier how anyone who discredits Will Ospreay for his wrestling abilities, like, needs to fuck off, because Will Ospreay's a really talented wrestler. And so obviously so is Jon Moxley, and they did a hell of a match together. There's this whole controversy that Will kicked out at 2 at the end of the match. He's posting frame by frame, which, you know what? Fine, fair enough. You know, if you want justice, that's fine. Yeah, well, I'm like, if you want another match with Moxley, I mean, first of all, good luck. Just be glad you survived with Jon Moxley. But secondly, because Jon Moxley won, I keep saying that he should be added to the United States title match for the vacant title, because it's Tanahashi versus Ospreay. Yeah. So I'm like, well, since Jon Moxley beat Ospreay and he's a former U.S. champion himself, and since Ospreay doesn't have anything to do with the title, might as well just throw Mox in there. He beat Ospreay, so you know what? Make it a triple threat.
Fuck around.
Would love to see. Yeah, make it a triple threat. Love to see it. Would be cool. But again, really good match. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go watch it. Really good wrestling to watch there. Really and yeah, and again, Jon Moxley won. I know that again there's the controversy. Sorry, Will, but he is technically the winner, so he is my pick because of that.
Matt said these boots are made for walking. It's literally a song.
Yeah, I know.
It's true. Boots are made for walking.
But they're really not. Let me tell you,
that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk out.
I want to see how long, the longest I've gone without, like, my feet hurting, I want to say, like, probably a little over an hour. After that, maybe you're, like, and that's, like, you know, if you're standing them. What?
I just hate wearing shoes. Like, that's why I love going to the beach, because I literally am barefoot the entire time.
That's true. I do like the beach, despite not just having one. But yeah, so those are my picks. Man and Mox, which I actually would love to see the two of them compete against each other at some point.
I would like to see it. All right. So, you know, as discussed in the beginning of the show,
yes,
the Forbidden Door, the pay-per-view between AEW and New Japan,
yes,
got me thinking, you know, we're going to see all these cross-promotion matches. So, what we're going to do is we're each going to make a cross-promotion dream card for, like, a pay-per-view. So it can be any people from any company facing each other. We're going to have 5 matches each. And they can be literally whoever you want, whatever kind of combinations you want. You can have as many people in the match. You can only have, like, a one-on-one. You can do title versus titles. You can do whatever the fuck
Could you do repeats of... Oh, no, but it's a card, so you can't have repeats. Never mind.
No repeats.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
So, like, I have 3 so far. Because I was trying to think.
Okay.
But, so my first one, Britt Baker versus Deonna Purrazzo versus Camille, who's the current NWA Women's Champion, versus Bianca Belair.
That would be fucking fire. That would be good.
Girls. Like, because for fucking Empower, I know Matt wanted this too. We wanted Britt versus Deonna versus Camille. Like, that should have been the match. But no. Tony Khan. Fucking stupid. I also have the Bucks versus the Usos. Super kick versus super kick. Like, it's gotta happen sometime. You know?
Yeah.
And then I also have Carmelo Hayes versus Jungle Boy.
Okay. That's a good one.
I feel like that match would slap, dude. That'd be nice. Cause that's what I have right now.
That would be a good... Ow! Jeez, that would be a good match.
What the fuck did you do?
I accidentally scratched myself. But... Anyways, okay, so those are good. Those are really good matches.
So I gotta think of 2 more.
Okay.
I think you're 5.
Well, I have a couple already in mind that I got right off the top of my head.
Okay.
First one is something that literally I think everybody wants to see at some point. Well, hopefully we'll get it at some point. AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. Shit needs to happen, okay? There's obviously bad blood. They kicked AJ Styles out of the Bullet Club. And then he just went to WWE. Obviously, that was the reason why they kicked him out. But there was no feud that came, like, afterwards. There was no AJ versus Kenny. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, make it happen. So, that's match number 1. Match number 2 is something I would absolutely love to see. So, I can't see because I would much rather see AJ versus Omega. So, that means Kenny's taken.
Yeah.
So, that means I can't see Seth Rollins versus Omega. But... who would be cool to go up against Seth Rollins? Why not the only person who's ever kicked out of the One-Winged Angel, Kota Ibushi?
That would be a good match.
That would be fucking phenomenal. That would be, oh my god, like, such a match. Like, what a match. Okay, so that's 2.
Yeah, I'm writing yours
3.
down so I have a list for you.
Okay. 3, I would love to see. I would like to see.
There's so many promotions too.
I would like to see Becky versus Britt because they're both good on the mic, and I would like to see like heel versus heel. Like, okay. So big time Bex versus the Doc. You know, you have the Disarmor versus the Lockjaw. You know, Britt does the Stomp, which, you know, technically Seth is known for that move. So, yeah. You know, that would be good to see also. So
I would like to see it.
And this is why I wish WWE played nice. I would love to see shit like that.
They don't play nice.
I know, like, just let it happen.
Seriously, please, for the love of God. Oh, my feet.
So that's 3.
Yeah, we're both at 3 piece. We each need 2 more.
I'm
trying to think.
Yeah. I wish we could do repeats, but it's okay. It's okay that we don't. It's okay. Promotion.
I thought of another one, but like I'm gonna try and see if I can just switch it at all.
I have one, but it's very spiteful. It's real. I don't even think I would actually want this match, but I'm thinking Finn Balor versus Jay White because I want the guy who created Bullet Club to beat the shit out of the guy who ruined the Bullet Club. So
fair.
So you know what? Put it down. Finn Balor versus Jay White, because you know what? Finn built up something amazing and Jay just fucking ruined it.
Fair.
I've always said this, like, you know, obviously Jay White's fans are what bothered me the most about him. But I was talking to in the chat, the Instagram chat about this. I know you were kind of here and there yesterday because you saw Brook. But I was saying, like, Jay White has one of the coolest names in wrestling. He's the Switchblade, like, but yet he's so boring. Like, you see the same shit from him and you would never guess that his name is like the Switchblade because he literally does nothing to like he's not even threatening. He's the guy who cowers away from everyone and doesn't want to fight because I know it's a heel. I know he's a heel. Yeah, you know, he does this.
That I don't know.
Blade
Runner, I don't watch it.
Basically, though, but like, you know, obviously, but like, if you can be a heel and still be dominant and not have to pussy out of like the ring when when an opponent comes towards you. He could be that kind of heel, but he's not. He's the one who always cowers away. He's always the one who has to try and find a way to, you know, cheat to win, which again, I know it's heel things and I know that's how it's booked. Okay, I get that. But he shouldn't have to be booked like that if he's the Switchblade, if he's going to be like that badass Bullet Club leader heel. So I kind of thought like of an alternative. I'm like, look, Jay, I could save your ass right now, okay? You know what would actually be cool and I could actually get behind? What if, you know, it's no secret, obviously, that wrestlers will, you know, do a little bit to start to get some blood going, you know?
She's talking about bleeding. She's talking about bleeding.
Yeah. I guess, because I don't know, people are, like, Twitch and YouTube are weird, so can I even say that without, like, getting in trouble? Okay, so anyway,
I'll let you know if we get a strike.
Okay, well, they blade so they can bleed, obviously, for dramatic effect. So if they already do that with, like, you know, regardless, you know, again, just because, you know, you want to make things look intense, why not do this? Have Jay White, you know, have, like, a prop, so you're obviously not doing the actual thing. Have him bring a switchblade and throw it as an opponent, and then they can fall back, you know, sell it, but then they blade themselves, so it can look like, oh shit, Jay White just threw a fucking switchblade threw a switchblade at me, and dude, I would take that dude so much more serious if he actually did that. Like, and it's, again, and if he's a heel, that's one of the most heelish things you can do, like throwing a fucking knife at someone for your own advantage.
This is you can do all the refs, Savannah, relax.
Like, while the ref's back is turned, like, whas! And then, oh my, like, you know, they're selling it, and then, like, you know, they obviously, you know, on behind the scenes, they blame themselves. And then, boom, boom. And then, look, it would make him look so much more threatening. It's kind of like the Black Mist, but so much more severe and intense. Because, again, it's a switchblade. He's throwing a freaking knife at them. Make that happen, my opinion of Jay White might actually change.
Matt said Sister Abigail greater than Blade Runner. I agree.
True. No, absolutely, massively true.
Oh my God,
sorry, Katie.
Stop the ASMR. My God.
Yeah, sorry.
Jesus.
But yeah, that is 100% true, though. By miles. Finally, something Matt and I can agree with.
Oh my God, it took you guys long enough. I have my final 2 matches.
Okay.
Britt Baker and Adam Cole versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Couple versus couple.
Yes. That would, yes.
And my final one, Drew McIntyre versus Hangman Adam Page.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome.
I'm not saying I know how to
Hangman,
book a show, but like
Hangman in his Virginian accent talking about Drew McIntyre's sword and how he looks like he could just make fun of how he comes out with it. Like, what are you gonna do, dude? Like, cut my head off? Like, come on. Like, that would be like, I could see Hangman totally shitting on Drew for that. And I fucking love Drew also, so that would be cool.
Again, I'm not Booker of the Year, but like.
Okay, so I have one more match.
Yeah, you have one
more.
more.
I have one more match. So, because I only have one more, I'm gonna just make this a trios match, because there's two like parties I want to include, but it can either be like.
But go ahead.
But I need to find another trio.
I know what I would say if I was doing a trios match.
I think, because like I feel like it's not as personal, but it would still be good. So I want to say the Hung Bucks, Hangman Page and the Young Bucks against the Bloodline.
That's not where I thought you were going at all with that.
Where did you think I was going to go?
I thought you were going Elite versus New Day.
I mean, I already booked Kenny though.
Oh, that's right.
That's why there were so many repeats, because I wanted Rollins versus Kenny, I wanted AJ versus Kenny, I wanted the Elite versus the Bloodline, but I'm like, you know what? If not Kenny, let it be Hangman versus the Bloodline.
I would like to see.
And then again, Hangman is just like so like his I don't give a fuck attitude. I love it so much. I could see him totally pissing Roman Reigns off with like, so what's this whole like acknowledge me thing? Like, what do you want me to acknowledge? Like, he's gonna totally just piss him off with his I don't give a fuck attitude, and I love to see it.
I would love to see it.
Or like, and I would love to see like Hangman say some shit to Paul Heyman also. Like Paul Heyman can try and like say, ladies and gentlemen, introducing himself. So, and I could picture Hangman just trying to like throw some shit back at him. And then of course you'll get Usos and Bucks in there too. So
exactly. So yeah, these are our cross promotion dream cards.
It's literally a dream.
Seth Rollins taking on Kota Ibushi. AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega, Becky Lynch versus the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, Finn Balor versus Jay White, and Hangman Adam Page and the Young Bucks taking on the Bloodline, which consists of Roman Reigns and the Usos. My card, the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, taking on Deonna Purrazzo, taking on Camille, taking on Bianca Belair. The Young Bucks taking on the Usos. Carmelo Hayes versus Jungle Boy, which is something I just want in my head now. Drew McIntyre versus Hangman Adam Page. And, I can't do my last one because I have Britt twice.
Oh, shit. So
okay, hold on. Let me fix that. See? I'm glad I looked at those.
Maybe just Adam Cole and Seth Rollins.
But I feel like we've seen that one-on-one. No?
Well...
Because I think so, because when Cole came up with NXT, when NXT was kind of taken over for Survivor Series, I think we got...
I thought he fought Roman.
No? I think he fought, formerly known as Daniel Bryan, and Seth.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
You look it up. I'm going to think of another match.
It did happen. It was an NXT title match.
Yeah. Cause
it was in 20. Oh my god, that's why I don't remember, because it was a fucking blur. It was in 2020.
Yeah. Cause that's when Cole fought like.
Oh my god, he looks so good with that NXT title.
And then he had to fight fucking Pete Dunne at Survivor Series, I think.
Yeah.
If that was all the same year.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Fuck, now I need another match. I was so happy about that.
Edge versus Christian. Make it happen.
Stop. Well, then, I'll just take Britt out of the Fatal 4-Way and make that a triple threat. So, Deonna versus Camille versus Bianca.
Okay, so that way you can still have your...
And that way I can still have my couple versus couple. Because I think that match would be
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
There was another match I was thinking of, but I forgot it already.
Nice.
Yeah. Oopsie.
That's okay. So yeah, that's our cross-promotion dream cards. Like I said, because I saw everything with New Japan and AEW, I had to try and think of a question that goes with that. Next week, who knows? Maybe something else will happen in the news and rumors, and it'll spark a question for me. So,
Yay.
that's just how these keep coming now. Because last week it was the belt with Cena and the spinner. It all comes together somehow, guys. I make it work. I make it happen. That's all I do. That's all I can do. But yeah, that's ShElite Showcase this week. Savannah, tell the people where they can find you, what you're working on, what you'll be on, what you've been on, all that jazz. You know what to do.
Okay, well, if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Y2Garcia with an underscore. If there's no underscore, it's not me. Mistake has been made before. What I've been up to, well, you know how earlier I mentioned that some things have happened this week that were not so good. One of the not so good things is episode 3 of the New Japan Takeover has officially been scrapped, and here's why. I'm actually very upset because I had everything edited, but here's the thing. My hard drive that I save everything in, ironically for safekeeping, I keep all of my New Japan stuff. I keep all my ShElite Showcase stuff on that hard drive just so I don't have it on my laptop taking up space.
Yeah.
And I had everything edited, but all of a sudden my hard drive got improperly ejected. Like it just, like, you know, I was in the middle of editing and it said, oh, you know, if you want to eject your hard drive, you got to do it properly. And I was like, I didn't eject it. It's still technically plugged into the computer, but for some reason, like, it disconnected, if that makes sense. So I basically lost everything, all my editing, and every time I try to plug my hard drive into my laptop, it just does not come up. So I not only lost the episode, which everything was on that hard drive, but I lost basically everything about the New Japan Takeover, like my thumbnail templates, my thumbnail templates, where all the projects I've done there. Everything about it is saved on that hard drive, and it's still on the hard drive technically, but the hard drive isn't connecting to my laptop, so pretty much it's gone. I have to see if possibly I could pull it up on maybe my sister's laptop, because maybe it's just my computer. I don't know. But if that's the case, I might still have it. But if the episode is corrupt, I don't know. And at this point, at the time of recording, I think it's just too far gone, because we even talk about like the dates in which we recorded. So I think we're just gonna have to scrap it. And so I'll just see if I get everything back. But I already ordered a new hard drive on Amazon, so we'll just wait for that to come in so I can start saving all my shit there. Hopefully it's not as messed up as this one. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm pretty upset, but you live and you learn, you move on, it's okay.
The downside of technology.
Yeah, and you know what? We might just record it again at some point. We'll just do something else, or like the same concept, but we'll record it again with, proper dates, with stuff updated, talking about stuff that's already happened, all exactly. That. But yeah, that's mostly what's been going on with me. I don't know when I'm going to record the next episode. Probably, honestly, I mean, I guess it's April 21st, so it doesn't seem that far, but sometime in May, because I finished my finals. I'm officially done with school, like the first week of May. I have like one more assignment that's due like after it, but it's very simple, so that won't get in the way of anything.
Okay.
But yeah, that's mostly what's been going on with me. School and losing my freaking video.
Technology sucks, but
yeah.
Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieRathlin13. It is right here if you're watching the video. The link tree in my bio will take you to all things ShElite Showcase. Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Typically Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern-ish, is when we go live. We have a YouTube channel. Please go subscribe. You can see all of the videos of everything we do. If you want to listen to the audio, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. ShElite's basically like, bless you, the
Thank you.
umbrella.
I tried to keep quiet.
ShElite's basically just like the umbrella of what we do. So we have the weekly recap, which is this ShElite Showcase. Inside the Mind of is an interview series I do with other podcasters and people in the wrestling community. I just got the next one set up. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'll tell you after who it is. Got that set up, so I'm recording that next week, so it'll drop sometime before the end of April. I have another one set up towards the end of April / beginning of May, so I'm slowly getting back into that. If you want to watch or listen to the past ones, they're all up on the channel and everything. In the Crowd, that was the podcast I filmed last night after Dynamite Rampage with Smackin' It Raw, the Smackin' It Raw crew, Matt and Vince. Talked about TV shows and all that jazz. We played Know Your Co-Host, so you can see who won, Matt or Vince. What's up, Justin? Get yo, Justin. So that's gonna be out Saturday, because I'm having this up Friday. Yeah, this is gonna be out. That's gonna be out Saturday, so look out for that. But you can check out the past ones on the channel, like I said. The Know Your Co-Host game show thing. In the Crowd, whatever you want to call it, with Young Kings Wrestling. You can check that out as well. And then, of course, like Savannah was talking about, the New Japan Takeover. Past episodes are up on the channel. Go check it out. That's okay. The past episodes are on there. Yeah. I haven't touched it yet since I bought it, but I bought us a domain. I bought us a website. I'm trying to get us merch. It's a slow process, but I'm on the right track with it now. We're getting there. Because What a Maneuver is out the question, so I had to find something new. But I think I found something good for us. Hopefully, I get that out within the next few months, because I'm busy this summer, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
I had a busy summer. But I'm determined to get us merch before my birthday. So before end of July.
Wow, that's soon.
I know. So that is my goal. That's a personal goal I have. And if you want ShElite merch, let me know, please.
You know you do.
Because, the first one I'm going to put out is the logo. So if you're watching the video, that logo that's in the middle of the screen, down here, and that's also in the fucking intro, that is going to be on the shirt. And I won't have to, take the background out, I don't think, so...
Nice.
That makes me happy. Thank you, Justin. And speaking of Justin, Heel Tactics, of course, is the man who created the music for ShElite, everything ShElite, ShElite Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, and New Japan Takeover. That's our dude. He's, I don't know if I'm not going to say what he's currently working on, because I don't know if it's a secret or not, but I know, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
But he's working on something, and that man is one of the hardest working people in this business. He drops Sunday Night Heats on Twitter every Sunday, where he mixes in some hip-hop stuff with older, WWF themes. Very good. Highly recommend checking those out. He's at Heel Tactics on Twitter. His description's in his info's in the description of the video and the audio. I think that's everything. Oh, and I'm gonna be on Smackin' It Raw. Surprise.
Nice.
I'm gonna tie it up.
What a surprise.
Tie it up with Vince. Tying it up this week. So, I'm very excited. So, for my lovely co-host, Savannah Nana. For myself, Katie Kinsey Baby. This has been ShElite Showcase. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!